One thing's for sure, we're all going to be a lot thinner. All right, here we are, part 4, and we're actually going to start on issue 78. So let's go ahead and take a look through there. So we have the Phantom Short Range Shuttle, and that's from Rebels. The Kaimoon Factory Moon, that's from comics, it looks like. And then we have Military Starships Classifications Part 5, Fighters. And this would be fighters from the Civil War era, which is Rebels, the Rebel Alliance, and the Empire. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look what we're going to be doing here. So first thing we got to do, we got to put these in, which they haven't been put in yet. Got to get those put in. Then we're going to start putting these frames, these frames here. We'll start putting those in, and then we're going to bolt the things together. So that should be fun and entertaining. Let's just go ahead and get our parts out just to make sure we have everything we need. And issue 78. For some reason I have 2 issue 78s. I think I mentioned this before. Potentially they sent me 2 boxes for one reason or the other. So let's just make sure we have everything in this one. This is one that I had resealed. So we have these little detail parts. We have all of these parts. They're all there, so that's good. We have these 2 pieces. They're going to go along the side frames. And then we have these frames, and these frames will go along with these other frames to do this up. So we have a total of 5 pieces of framework. First thing we need to do is worry about these. So what I did was I numbered all of these, and you can see that there. And I numbered where they go on these. So this is 3 and 4, and I lined it up so that way when I put this on, I knew the orientation, so I could just set them right on there. So one of the things I'm going to do is, so this one's only got one spot that I think is going to have something go in there, and it's right there. So I'm just going to clean all those spots out where something's going to get glued in. I'm going to clean those out so that way glue can fit in there just fine. So we're going to use this stuff here because it works amazingly. Had I known this worked this well, I would have made sure I bought some earlier. And now, because Model Master is no longer a company, I can't get it anymore. Okay, so I used two of the brushes, one to apply the stuff and then one to wipe it off. I kind of figured that out after I went through. So there's only one that got painted, and that's this one. I'll probably wipe off some of these. I think that makes sense. So the screws are the countersink screws. I don't know if you can see that. And then uh, these pieces have a spot for the countersink. So it makes it easy to know which direction you have to face it. At least as of right now, all the pieces are symmetrical, so not a lot of question as to top, bottom, whatever. There we are. That is all put together. Now we've got some side pieces to put on. Start with that one. Go to that one. Lugs that are closer to the end. Apply a little super glue to all 4 lugs. So I'm a little apprehensive about that because of the fact that put super glue on it, these are never coming out, which, I mean, you might think, oh, well, what's the big deal? What happens if I need to take it apart for some reason? Not a whole lot I can do about it. Alright, so this one, there's a lip on this one, and that's not working. And that one's got a lip, so this one's going to go over the top of that. It's going to help hold it down, which is definitely going to need the help because it's trying to come up again. I feel like it would have been better if these holes were just a little bit tight, kind of like, well, the way the framework and the plating fit together, because all of those lugs would kind of click into place. And I feel like these would be better off if that was how it happened. And again, it's got one of these recessed ends to help hold that other piece in place so it overlaps it. I'm going to say they're in there. It's quite heavy after you put both of them together. That one's flexing a bit. I can't have that. Bad enough that I wish I had some sort of way to clamp it. Okay, well, this has been going for quite a while. I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to see how much time this has been going for. If we have time, we're going to paint this up, and we may do a little cleanup on this, and just kind of see how things go. So let's see what the time looks like, and if we're kind of locked up on time, then if we're locked up on time, I will just come back and we'll close out the video. See you guys in a moment. Okay, before I start this great experiment, well, I'm going to start this great experiment, but before I do anything crazy that I can't undo or whatever, I'm going to use this as a test. So I'm just going to start off with, I'll just put a little bit of the orange on here. And then what I'm curious about is if I come back with some sort of alcohol, which is what I got here, if that will, if I can kind of blend that around and what that's going to end up like. So that might be not too bad. We'll try some of the yellow ochre. So we had the orange rust first. So we'll do a little bit of yellow ochre. Try the same thing with it. It's not too bad. Now, obviously, I don't know what it's going to look like when it dries, but you have to be kind of generous with and play with the amount of paint that you're using compared to alcohol. I want to try one other kind of combination, so I'm going to come in with some yellow. Come back with a touch of orange in the middle. So the idea is just to kind of get it thinned down to where it's going to be useful. And I think that's not too bad, especially when you compare it to something like that. You can definitely see kind of the difference. I mean, even if I I could kind of thin it out a little bit. Be some sort of hair or something on there. Let me share this picture. There's not a lot that I have to worry about. So let's just go ahead and get started on this. So first we're going to take a little bit of this orange and kind of put it all around here. You can tell this is meant to be airbrushed because it comes off rather thin. I'm kind of liking that. Yeah, I don't even know if I need to use any of the alcohol to thin these out. These things work really well for just straight out of the bottle, just like that. I think there's just a hint of something right up here. A little discoloration. It's very faint. But all in all, I think that may be it. What do you guys think? Kind of hold it. Something like that. Maybe see if we can't tone it down just a little bit. Especially on some of these. kind of went a little bit stronger than what was on there, but some of this is going to get faded out when we kind of come back with some washes and stuff to kind of clear that out. So I will keep the alcohol prepped and ready to go for future uses, and we'll see how that goes. Now we have that done. Don't need that anymore. Now what we're going to do is we're going to clean this. Get this out of the road. And I need this. There we go. So I got some Q-tips for this, and I'm just going to use this gel again, because this gel works really, really well. And one of the reasons why I'm cleaning this off, even though I kind of got the painting done, is because I put so many layers of paint on that I lost some of the detail. All right, so there we go. Got majority of it cleared off enough that we can get our detail back that we had covered up, and that'll give us an opportunity to paint this up, which I'm excited for. And yeah, so I'll get that cleaned up and I'll get that painted and I'll do that off camera. So I think that will be the end of what we're going to do here today and in this issue or episode. So let's just do a quick review. So we put together our mandible, and this gives you a really good opportunity to see the difference between the base coat that I'm using and the color of the plastic. So these are these started off with the base coat, and then they were painted with some other colors, and you can kind of see that there. So quite the difference. But that's pretty exciting. We have the first mandible done, and we were able to get this painted up. So this can get these, all of these here can now get attached to the top section. So they'll be where they need to be. And I think that'll be it. I want to thank everybody for watching, and may the force be with you always.